I'm Kyle,
Oh, I'm Kyle.
and this is K squared. All right, Kyle. So we got to do this again because ran out of space on our recordings, but got a couple
Round two.
comments. I'm gonna let you read it first, and then I will take over on the other ones. All right.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we are read this once. So this is trial number two. So, you know, Travis down there at the Live Wellness Lifestyle says asking Kyle if he's seen Scrubs as he's sitting there in his scrubs. Yes, I'm very much so a scrub guy. I wear scrubs all the time to work, even though I'm in the outpatient clinic. I like wearing scrubs. Everybody else is wearing their, polos and khakis and belts and uncomfortable shoes, and I'm over there just having a good old time. Um, but Travis also then replied to himself because we like to jump the gun on everything. And he said, LOL, I wrote this before you actually talked about it. Now it seems unnecessary. So maybe we learned a lesson or two here, just not to jump the gun.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. We'll go with Brazen. He put on there, I have two places I have thoughts. When at work is a commonplace. Also, drinking when I start turning my brain off from letting me free turn my brain off and let free thoughts flow. If I could stop stuttering, is my best ideas. Some of my best ideas for dishes have been with a few cocktails in me when I don't overthink things. And Gil does do a good job of cooking. I've had a lot of his food. So Scrubs is one of my favorite TV shows. I just don't acknowledge season nine. Season nine is terrible, especially with like Zach Braff being the professor. And then the Epiphany toilet was a best bit. They should have kept it going longer. I honestly really like the fact that they still do the T-Mobile commercial with Tuck and oh my goodness, JD. Have you seen
I
those?
have no idea who in this world that you are talking about.
It's the characters from Scrubs, which you apparently haven't seen. So we need to
Yeah,
fix that.
I don't want no scrub because a scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Okay.
All right. The next one is man, I thought I was going nuts and felt bad that I missed an episode and didn't comment. Also, yes, you absolutely made up that word. I have a book of kitchen phrases. So this is your word that you made up from episode 99.
What was the word, Kyle?
I can't even see it or say it.
You can't see it or say it. It's
Or
side goggling.
yeah, side goggling. Okay, there you
Side goggling. Yeah. If it's side goggling, that thing's crooked as dog's hind leg.
go. Oh my goodness, man. We do need to do an episode with just like crazy sayings. All right. Especially if it's from East Tennessee. All right. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to click send on my comment. Kyle, I fully understand the cow fence, which I don't understand the like want to be electrocuted. I guess like I could see it if you're like training your dog. It's like, oh, I wonder what this feels like. But I guess you're kind of thinking the same thing with a cow fence. Yes, no, maybe.
No, I mean, you just you're curious. Curiosity. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little touch of the tism, okay? So I have a thing where I have to touch everything.
Yep.
And so even things that might potentially harm me, but you ain't gonna know if you don't try.
Oh my goodness, man.
So
You just read the sign that says "Do not touch."
there wasn't no sign where we were. So
All right. I also have stuck my tongue on a battery many times. Best way to treat a 9 volt, which I still don't understand, but when in Rome, I guess. Yeah, you are supposed to use, or sorry, you're supposed to whiff it to increase mental clarity. That's going to our ammonia salts. And Bald Kyle, I was working at a seafood restaurant during the shutdown in 2020. They were told 2 weeks for COVID to clear. Much of the cooler, when they finally went back after 3 months, the smells of the walk-in of seafood was something that felt like my nose was bleeding. He said his dream job was architecture, but later realized that you don't actually do much with building and spend too much time at a desk. Um, Architecture, I feel like it would be a fun job, but I don't know.
that's a lot of math, and I can't do that.
Yeah,
I ain't got enough fingers for that one.
just can't draw. So. Um, Popcorn, a little extra butter at theaters. But if I'm making at home and want to go over the top, I do candy bar popcorn. When you popcorn on the stove and air in a candy bar so it melts on the popcorn. That does sound good. I definitely would try it. I would be curious to know what kind of candy bar you're going with, you know?
Maybe like a Hershey's bar, something simple. Speaking of popcorn buckets,
Yeah.
y'all seen the Dune popcorn bucket?
The what?
You know, the new Dune movie that's out, Dune 2.
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen this popcorn bucket?
No.
Well, boy, take you a look at that popcorn bucket. It's a little interesting looking. So there's been some comments about this thing, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at
Okay,
now.
so you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I
If you
haven't
don't
seen
know what
it.
I'm talking about, look up the Doom popcorn bucket, and as soon as you see it, you're gonna be like, yep, Kyle knew exactly what he's talking about.
It looks as you're talking about the worms, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Last bunch of comments from Braised In. Spring break, man, I don't really have any crazy ones that stick out. I guess my first 2 years in college many moons ago. First year, my freshman year, we had a rugby match in Boone and with App State. There you go. Small world, because that's where we were at, or over in that area with Johnson City. So I went up with family, played the match, and snowboarded for a few days because it was like early March and there's still snow out there. I don't know. I think that snow's fake. Um,
It might have been man-made.
on
Did
the
you two
report.
go to school together?
Gil?
Yeah.
Yeah, for undergrad we did.
Oh, so he says roll tide too?
He is a Alabama
Eh,
fan. Yes, sir.
he don't know nothing. So y'all went to school
Uh,
together?
Hold on. We had this conversation off camera last week, and you're like, "Oh yeah, Tennessee won the SEC tournament," and I was like, "I knew that I should have never listened to you when comes to sports ball because the SEC tournament had not even started yet," and I was like, "That doesn't seem right because it
I
wasn't."
don't know. I don't know what they won. They won something. Give them a break. Good grief.
They did beat us in basketball, but it was not in tournament, so it was just a regular season game.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, "I don't
Anyway,
think Kyle has time for this."
so blah, blah, blah. So okay, so y'all went to school together back when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
Y'all are old as hell.
All right. Oh man, you're not gonna like this one. It says, "I'll pay for an advertisement on the next episode to never hear Bald Kyle sing ever again."
What do you mean? I sing perfectly fine. It may not be great, but it ain't terrible, terrible. Okay, maybe I'm like on the lower end of average, maybe
There are
even
some
further.
people, apparently Gil's one of them, that is not a fan of your singing, but we've got another fan who loves your singing and says we need to do more of it. So
That's right.
I'm happy.
Everybody has a right to their opinion. It's just yours is wrong. So, you know,
All
take
right.
that for what it's worth.
Yeah, there you go. And last one. I mean, if you were doing it, like to run the Library of Congress or something, like a law library, I could see needing a degree for that. And that was going back to like, are librarians still relevant to this day?
Ain't the Library of Congress online anymore?
I have no idea. I mean, I know that they like keep like a ton of documents there. I think you have to there's some sort of process to get whatever it is, like book, map into the Library of Congress, but I'm pretty sure it's still a place. I don't think it's like all online. Um I saw this video the other day and it's of course it's outdated stuff. Um, but like these guys were out in some country in Africa, and they found a library there that used to be like the center point of Africa, where like a lot of trade would go on. And these pages of this book still are made out. Pretty much the entire book is made out of gold. Like every single page has gold in it, and it has like the center of the universe being Earth versus the sun. So it's just kind of interesting. Like they're all old and outdated,
Well,
but it's cool to see the history.
the center of the universe is not the sun either, but that's okay.
It's you, you know.
Oh no, it's not me. Even though you ain't too far off. But now the center of our solar system
Our
is the
solar
sun.
system, yes, of course.
Yes, yes. What would be the center of our universe?
Dude, I have no idea what is the center of our universe,
A
Mr.
black hole.
You're what?
Oh, the universe, probably just a big old black hole.
I honestly thought you said my black hole. I was like, okay, come
Oh,
on.
oh, 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 you're gonna get me all hot and bothered over here.
Gosh, dude. All right, so our two topics for tonight. The first one I think is a really good one. What is the difference between, or what do you think of real versus fake? And what I mean by that is like there, and I feel like you're gonna have a strong opinion. Um, like some people love Diet Coke, some people hate Diet Coke. And so what is your opinion on that? Like, do you think like Diet Coke, and it could be anything, it can be like, light Cheez-Its or whatever. Do you think the diet tastes better than the regular or the original? Whatever it may be, because I have a theory on this, and I want to hear your thoughts.
I think it depends. I'm gonna give that answer. It depends because there's some things like a Diet Coke or a Diet Dr. Pepper or like diet drinks, a Diet Dr. Enough. Rest in peace. They don't make them no more. Sad days over here. It makes me about shed a
I
tear.
love it. Yeah, your voice is kind of getting cracked up.
Rest in peace to them. But like diet drinks, I think those are fine. But sometimes if you get like I don't know, a light meat, like a light, like you said, a toasted Cheez It, which those aren't too bad. But something like a baked lay is not quite as good as like a regular, like an original one.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. That's my opinion. It just depends.
Just depends. So I kind of disagree. I
No, it's
think
okay. You're wrong.
I think the originals are better. I was this is kind of what I was trying to get at too. I'm curious to know how much of that is like your conditioning to something. Because I remember like going on track trips and like people would like bring their snacks and stuff, and somebody would have like the diet Cheez-Its or the light cheddar Cheez-Its, and they'd like make the argument that's like, oh, these taste so much better than the regular, and I'd taste them and be like, that is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever had. So how much of it is like you being conditioned to like you drink the diet enough that you end up developing a taste for it
Yeah.
versus the original. And then I honestly kind of think I'm that way when it comes to like Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut. Like I've gone and like had their like sauce and stuff like that, and then I'll go to like a local pizza place that's supposed to have great pizza. I'm like, this doesn't really taste all that great because they're probably using real tomatoes and not like
I
the
like the garbage processed
yes.
stuff. Give me that. And I want it with a Coke in a glass can or a glass jar. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I
I
agree with you though. I think that like people get conditioned to different things. Like eventually, if you eat enough, I don't know, eat enough tomatoes, you're going to end up being able to tolerate tomatoes more. It's like anything else you do in life. You go out and you run a couple miles every day, you're going to be able to run a little bit further. You're going to just build a tolerance to it. And now I ain't saying you're going to like it. Maybe you hate running. You're like, but I got to get my big old rear end in shape. I don't know. But you'll be able to do it better, and it may be not as bad as what you originally had.
Does that ever cross your mind though, as far as like, well, I'm sure you're so confident with this. You're like, yeah, my taste buds are great. But do you ever wonder if like, oh man, like I've been conditioned to think that this tastes great and that's what I'm used to, but everybody else in the world thinks that it tastes like crap.
I mean, yeah, like we grew up in the South, so we grew up a lot of like processed, fast food stuff. But like, so pizza, for instance, you brought that one up, a Papa John's or whatever. But somebody that grew up in like New York and had those like New York deep dish or like true pizza stuff, they're like, oh, this is delicious. Papa John's is absolutely disgusting.
Well, see, like,
So
yeah, and I understand that too, but it also makes me think like, oh, well, maybe it's not that great. So it's like I went to New Orleans and got a beignet from Cafe Du Monde, or however you pronounce that, and I was like, This is literally like a funnel cake that I could have gotten at a fair. I don't see, but well,
I had better things for my funnel cake at the fair.
yeah,
The deep fried Oreos tasted better than this.
exactly. Dude, have you ever had a deep fried chocolate cupcake?
No.
Man,
What sort of Alabama redneck stuff is that?
that was actually at the Houston Rodeo, but
Oh, okay.
it's
Texas,
not
that
every
makes it that much better.
I think that if you go to the rodeo, and you can literally like bring them stuff in, and they'll like fry it for you. But yeah, it's good
I
stuff.
want a fried pickle. Like I want somebody to make a fried pickle right in front of me.
They do that.
Well, good. I'm going to do
Rodeo,
that.
man. We'll go down there at
I
some.
want to go to a rodeo. That way I can say this ain't my first rodeo no more.
You had the opportunity to go to that rodeo with me and Bill thought I was gonna like have him killed because we went out in the middle of nowhere.
What was I doing?
I don't even remember, man. I think it was after that dry needling course.
I didn't do the dry needling course.
I know you didn't, but you were still in town, I thought.
I don't know.
Anyways, it was a fun experience for me.
I
Maybe
can't
for
say what I
Bill.
was about to say. Never mind.
Eh. All right,
Can't
moving
say
on.
that one.
Obviously, there's a little bit of social controversy with what is going on with the royals in England right now. There's two of them, by the way. I was going to bring this up, which I thought was interesting. One is that Kate Middleton is either dead or they're getting a divorce. And the other is Meghan Markle apparently is faking being pregnant. I don't know if you heard that or not.
How do you fake? I mean, do you just stuff your belly?
So I don't know. I don't know if they're like adopting a kid or something like that. But like, there was this is all through X, of course, or Twitter. But there was a post that she had a hysterectomy at 28, and now she's somehow pregnant.
Maybe she got a uterus transplant.
Yeah, totally, because they do that a lot. I don't know. Anyway, so going to our question: if you could be a monarch, where would you be a monarch? And then I guess what time period?
Oh Lord, this is a lot. You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go. I think it would be. I don't know. I honestly don't think I want that much like power. Um, I feel like I'm one of those people that I just want to do my own thing and not have a million people coming to me. But if I was going to be one, I feel like I would want to be a probably like a king of like Spain because you know it's somewhat warm there. And then like at that,
Somewhat warm. It's hotter than Hades.
is it?
I don't know. I feel like it's close to the equator.
No, it's not. Spain?
What?
Let's look it up.
Yeah, pull up a map. I may not know my geography, but I feel
Geography.
85% confident in this answer. I hope that I prove you wrong right here.
Anyways, go with yours then. I was gonna say Spain
Oh,
though, and I would pick like around the time that Christopher Columbus was, doing all that stuff.
um, I don't know why, and I don't know if they even have this. I would keep it like relevant, like in the most recent time, so like now or whatever in the recent years. But I'd be the king of Australia.
Oh, there was ever a king of Australia? I don't know this.
I have no idea. I don't know if that was something that the Queen took over or whatever. England took over back. You know they went everywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Also,
but
remember how you said you were 85% sure?
yeah.
Way off. Spain
What in the world?
is up here.
Who put the equator all the way down there? I don't think that's an accurate map. Look,
Let's
it's
do an
the
accurate
half the
map.
page above it. That's a screwed up. Pull up a different. Pull up a different. I don't believe it.
I love that so much. Well, we already know your geography was bad.
Well, give me another try. Move to a different tab.
What do you mean move to a different tab?
Pull up a different picture. I don't believe this one.
Okay. Let's do world map.
That looks like the prime meridian. See, I know some words.
We have some words.
Well, that don't mean nothing. It ain't got no lines on it. See the middle of the page right there, Spain.
You want like a map with the equator on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
EQU.
It's gonna be the same on every map.
Oh, that's bogus. I don't believe it. Who
Like you mean you don't believe it? It's right
who put
there.
the line? Why is the line? Why is all the land above it? Who did that?
It's always been that way.
Well, they did it wrong.
So Spain, I know Spain can be warm, but I don't think it's not like hot like Africa.
Well, it's like right where we are. I mean, in North America, it's like on the same level.
About
It's got the same temperature as Tennessee.
I would laugh if it did.
It probably, I mean, it probably does. It's like right in that same line.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, there's a 25 or
He would be a
see,
king
I
of
ain't even good at
Australia.
math. 15% that I was wrong. There's always a chance. So, but yes, the king of Australia. That way, well, I can't say that either. Or else, yeah, I can't say that one. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll just
Why
stop. There's a
Australia?
lot of,
Why Australia? Just
huh?
because you want to do the accent?
Yeah, I want to do the accent, and there's only like one phrase that I can really say good in an Australian accent, and I don't think that's
Yeah, you
appropriate on
probably did
here.
say it on here.
Yeah. If you want to know, you can let me know, and I'll tell you separately. But
Uh,
I ain't gonna say it on here because it's a little. It's got some wordy dirds on it.
Wordy nerds. Man, I do think that would be an interesting position to be in though. If you're like the ruler of an entire country.
Yeah, be the king of
Like
the spiders.
during that, was the what?
King of the spiders
Oh yeah, definitely in Australia or the snakes or the
or the snakes.
kangaroo.
King of the roos.
Ooh, dude, that's gonna be our next question for next week. If you had to, what is the most ferocious animal? That's what we're gonna go with.
Hmm.
Um, but like imagine doing it when or being the king of something when almost everything is like playing it's not what's the game where you like whisper in somebody's ear and it goes all the way around the room?
Telephone.
Telephone. It's like playing a game of telephone. Because literally there are no telephones and you're just hearing whispers from different people that you're supposed to
Hmm.
trust. And you have no idea.
I'd be the person that just stirred the pot and told lies everywhere.
Of course you would.
The Queen of England said you're ugly. Oh, how dare she? I never.
Oh man. That would be a wild time though. I feel like so many people, especially if you've got like the wrong motives, you could really stir the country or, get rid of some people that you don't want to deal with.
Yeah,
With no
that's,
repercussions.
that's the best part of having power.
I just think it was funny, like, gout was called the king's toe back in the day.
Ew.
That
I have the king's toe. Have your crystals in my foot.
yeah.
Ooh,
And that was like desirable. It's like, oh man, I want to get gout.
I'm good.
Well, back then that was like a symbol of royalty though, and they're like, oh, that's so impressive. He eats really well.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
All
right.
right, man. Well, that's gonna be it. You got any other last second comments? If not, then go ahead and take us out.
No, but speaking of comments, I'm glad that we got some, and I hope that we get some more. I know it's a lot for us to catch up on today because we were going for two or three videos.
Yeah.
Um, so we were kind of catching up, but we'll get this one out and then we can do it on the next one. You know, technical issues, not my problem.
Yeah. We did have to like completely, just so you guys know, we had to start all over
We
about
did. We
halfway through the
were,
video because the ran out of memory space. So that's on me.
yes,
Technical difficulties. Good times.
but it's okay.
Yeah.
We make it work. I just sit here and run my mouth while Kyle does all the hard background work. So,
It's not hard background work. It's very simple, but we'll
oh, good. Then that means you can get them put out on time then.
yeah,
So,
exactly. We're,
anywho,
we're gonna eventually make this better too, but we'll get there at some point.
we're going to get actual microphones.
I think that's what we need to look at for real.
Hello. Can I sing? If I get a microphone, I'm going to sing.
We should get like the very skinny one from like the 70s, which is like,
Oh, like the long one with the little doop on top.
all
Be
right,
like Bob Barker walking around.
now comment below what kind of microphone should we get? Should we get the glowing one?
I'm gonna get one that like T-Pain's my voice.
There you go. Just the entire time.
That way I can sing and talk. Mostly sing. That way it won't sound bad, Gil. So watch your mouth. just realize I come back up to Tennessee, I may cruise my way on over to North Carolina and figure out where you at. Anyway, you done made me mad about my singing. I know it ain't great. I don't need nobody else to tell me, okay?
But
Anywho, so yeah, so we enjoyed y'all watching our video. We hope that you liked it. Oh, bless you. Goodness
thank you.
gracious.
I've been
Pink
trying the
elephant.
whole time.
Well, it didn't last long enough.
I know.
Anywho, we hope that you enjoyed the video. If there's anything you'd like for us to talk about, just leave it down in the comments section below. And please like and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.